Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon. I'd like to welcome you again to another edition of Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. It's good to see you all this morning. Holy moly. All of my good friends on the show that I see you guys every morning. Trevor Drake, Submarine Sailor, Mike Balls up there, Goose, Roger Watson, otherwise known as Dago Sumo. It's good to see you guys all. You know, I've known Dago Sumo now. Holy moly. How long have we known each other? Maybe since I was a prospect. So 30 years or something like that. Holy moly. It's good to see you all. I'm Black Dragon. And we do this every morning, some sort of a biker news or biker content. Basically 7 days a week. We do the biker news Monday through Friday. If we don't have biker news, we talk about something else, like some sort of biker protocol or something. And we've been doing this now for almost 7 years. So it's been kind of fun. Great to have you guys have all watched me progress on the show. And I'm just very thankful. Trying to get to 100,000 followers. I want me one of them plaques that you get from YouTube. I want a plaque. I just want one. You can't blame me for wanting one. Everybody else has one. I want one. All right. So like, subscribe, and follow. We'll appreciate that. If you want to just listen to us, our online podcast is The Dragon's Lair, Lair, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos. And you can get that wherever you get your podcast. All right. Let's get into it. So some people will only be patch holders is the subject for today. I'll take a few minutes to talk about this and tell you where I'm coming from. You know, when you come to a town as a person who starts a motorcycle club or starts a chapter from a motorcycle club, you have these big ideas and big dreams of what the motorcycle club will be. And you do everything you can do to get it up and running. And one of the things you do is you put a great deal of thought and a great deal of love into the idea of what you want the club to become. And you put a great deal of trust in the members that you bring into the club. And I can tell you from personal experience what it's like to have brought all of these people together only to wind up riding by yourself. You got a motorcycle club of 22 people with patches. I can tell you what it's like to watch a motorcycle club just dwindle into just a whole bunch of people that don't participate, a whole bunch of people that are just not into it anymore. They just don't seem to have the same passion for it that you have. And you wonder, like, I've seen it happen before where all these people, man, we got to have a clubhouse. Man, we got to have a clubhouse. Man, we got to have a clubhouse. We'd have more pride if we had a clubhouse. We'd have more parties if we had a clubhouse. We'd hang out more if we just had a clubhouse. We need a clubhouse. Yeah. Only to go out and get that clubhouse, and nobody will pay their dues on time for you to be able to afford that clubhouse. And nobody comes, and nobody wants to stand duty. And now the clubhouse that was voted on by 34 people is being paid for by 8 people. Every month, those are the guys that have to come with the money to pay for the clubhouse. The way we figured it out, everybody would be paying $100 a month, and the clubhouse would be completely paid for. But you got 5 or 6 guys paying $800 a month, and you're wondering, how the hell did this happen? These are the sucky things about running motorcycle clubs. That not everybody is going to be involved in making SHIT happen. You're going to have a lot of people that are only going to be patch holders. The sooner you understand that, the easier it becomes not to be bogged down into motionlessness by these derelict club brothers and sisters. People want stuff easy. They want to come into something that's working well and well oiled and well built, and come into it when they want to come. Enjoy it at their leisure. It's the occasional brother that wants to roll his sleeves up and get his ass busy. The occasional brother. That's why a lot of presidents seem like tyrants and bullies, and really what they are is onlys. Oh, he's a bully. He wants everything his own way. Well, actually, he's an only because he's the only one doing any damn thing. And when you're the only one doing any damn thing, it typically goes your way. It's my way or ain't nobody gonna do anyway. So, you have to know that these folks are sitting out in your club. And some of them make it. I used to have a manager when I was in the Navy. I used to have a manager who was one rank above me. We actually started out as the same rank. And this guy became an expert at not showing up. He in fact, he would leave and go places and be gone. And he was so good at it that nobody even missed him. Nobody missed him. They didn't even look for him. When we had to do things, have things done, he was just completely gone. He wasn't at work at all. That's what happened. You find in the military, you find out that a lot of times people who shirk responsibility, I mean, you're so busy, you're trying to make stuff happen, you got so much going on. Rather than take the time to put them in order and punish them, and you just be like, the hell, I don't even have time. And those guys, they get off. They have an easy military career, and all they did was shirk responsibility. They became perfect at being invisible. That guy, believe it or not, became a president in one of my chapters of my motorcycle club. We had stayed friends that whole time, and when he became a president, he did the same damn things he did in the military. Should have known. And so this is what you have to expect. And one of the questions you have to ask yourself as a leader in the club or as a club member, how long do I let these patch holders sit on patches? Ooh. How long do I let these patch holders sit on patches? Ooh. How long do they get to sit around and do absolutely not a damn thing? Are we that hard up for numbers? How long do we let the road captain never make a ride? How long do we allow the VP to never show up for a meeting? How long do we let members go and we don't ever hear from them? They don't call, they don't. But boy, when you throw that annual dance, here they come with all their regalia. Brother of the month, pro tem brother, brother of the Senate, got more I love me patches than General Custer had. These people are valueless, yet we let them hang on. We let them become patch holders. Sometimes it's like that old boss I had. Sometimes it's just too much trouble tracking him down. His wife ain't gonna let him out. But they are drained. They're a drain on resources because they get to vote. And they're always going to vote for some SHIT that they ain't going to be having nothing to do with. Let's get a clubhouse. Bro, you're behind on your dues right now. You're going to pay something to, you can't even pay the $25 a month we're asking for. Someone said anyone can go to the wedding, the party. How many can give real support to the living at the funeral? Well, I say anybody can. Mine is a little like that. Anybody can come to the hospital and bring food and rah at the hospital bed. But how many people are there for the rehabilitation when the guy's learning how to walk again? Where are all the club brothers and sisters then? You know, everybody can come where everyone's gathered around, but rehabilitation of a person could last months or years. That's real support. So some of the things that I've done to one of the things I tell you as a president, I hear presidents tell me all the time, I'm a president, not a babysitter. Then you ain't no president. Because to be a president of a motorcycle club is to be a babysitter. Well, hell, even Moses had to babysit those folks. He was leading them to freedom. They couldn't stay on the straight and narrow. He had to keep at it. Rumor has it he got so mad he threw the tablets down. So one of the things you got to understand is you will be a babysitter of grown folks. You're going to tell them what to do. Like they used to say in the Navy when we used to teach, tell them what you're going to teach them, and tell them what you taught them. Tell them what you're going to teach them, and tell them what you taught them. Keep it moving forward. Yeah, you're going to have to check after grown folks. Remind them, coach them, coerce them, babysit them. I don't mind being a babysitter when I'm a leader. When I'm a leader in the club, I know that if I want something done, not only do I have to continue forward with a positive middle image and leading by example, I also know that I've got to nudge, push, remind, cudgel, support, nag. Very few people are going to do the thing. The other thing is, if you're president, you got to get good at who says master training specialist? Somebody know? Oh, that's my submarine brother. Yes, I was a master training specialist. Were you one too, Vernon? Somebody called me on my master training specialist stuff. In the Navy, the highest level of trainer you can ever become is a master training specialist. And I was a master training specialist. Takes about at least a year to get that certification. And I understand nowadays it takes even longer. But that means that you're the baddest trainer the Navy has. And that master training specialist stuff that I learned in the Navy is the same stuff I use on my channel every day. I was Navy trained to be a speaker and a trainer, which is how I do my stuff these days, believe it or not. So it looks like Bolo was a master training specialist as well. And I was a master training specialist for Submarine Training Facility San Diego, Subtrafac San Diego, from 1989 to 1995. I was there as a trainer. And I was the best trainer there. I trained everyone. Got my degree there from Southern Illinois University in workforce education with a minor in training, education, and development. So just in case you didn't know, that's kind of what I use up here when I'm talking. And a fellow master training specialist spotted me out, and that's funny. Oh my goodness. I didn't know you were a master training specialist, Bolo. Bravo Zulu, brother. So moving forward, I digressed. Going forward, getting back to where I was. Another thing that I used to do, and I still advise presidents to do today, is you have to create incentives to make people not want to just be patch holders. You got to create incentives because people need to be rewarded for work that they do. This is a human trait. So you can use this trait of selfishness against your members to make them do stuff. And one of the things I wanted in the Black Sabbath Nation was I wanted a riding motorcycle club nation. I wanted people to see us out on two wheels together side by side. To me, MC means move the crowd. And I had a point when I was building the club that people were just sitting around and fighting, and they were always mad. In the meetings, everybody's cussing everybody out. It was just crazy. And I went to a national president. I was a national president at the time. I went to a national president, and I was like, because when you do this, like there's like no one in your club you can turn to. You're on a higher level in terms of responsibility, and sometimes maybe you just go to somebody that's got that same level. So I went to an OG that had been running a club in Atlanta, a national, and I sat down. I was despairing. I sat down and I was just looking at the ground. He was, "What's wrong, Dragon?" I said, "My club is eating itself up from the inside out. I can't find a way to motivate these people. And all they're doing is arguing and patchholder-itis. And I got patchholders. I need riders. And, we need to be doing the thing the club does." And the first thing he said to me was, "When was the last big ride you had? A lot of times your club is just sitting around doing nothing. It's like a group of soldiers. Soldiers, if they ain't got nobody to fight, they fight themselves. They almost got to have a war going the whole time. They got to be doing war games. They got to be training all the time. If you let them sit idle, they won't do anything." He said, "A lot of times you can change the direction of a club just by taking the guys out on a 100-mile ride to the nearest damn rest stop, setting up, camping out overnight, and coming back home. Just doing what it is that we do sometimes will change the whole direction of a club." And these guys had these patches on. These guys in my club have these patches, F you, and my other me's a real son of a bee, and get on your knees here, your beer can goes there, and F the world. And they were wearing all these crazy patches that I did not feel elevated the Black Sabbath Nation. So listening to that one president tell me, you need to find a reason for these guys to get on the road and do what biker clubs do. And then I'm looking at all these crazy patches on my club brothers. Like there's just nothing to do. Let me dress up my uniform with this craziness. F the world and all this. This has never been a Black Sabbath way. So my mind got to thinking, what can I do to get those stupid ass patches off those guys and create a riding club culture? How do I get us to that next level? And the funny thing about it was I came up with this idea. What if I could create like military ribbons? And these military ribbons would express what you accomplished as a biker in our bike club. And it dawned on me, I said, well, if they do that, if I could actually get something like that going, I would be able, they would have so many accomplishment patches that no one would have room for that dumb shit they were putting on. So it dawned on me that maybe I could create these rider patches. And I kind of got the idea when a guy was telling me that he was going to go and ride and get his iron butt patch. And I was like, well, what on earth is an iron butt patch? And he said, oh, this is a patch you get from the Iron Butt Association, and you ride and they give you this patch. And I think he said you got to stop at a fire station and before you leave town, and they sign off on it. And when you get to another town or something like that. And it dawned on me, like, why would we need to put any other organization's patch on us? We could get our own patch. And that's when I designed these riding patches. And the first one was the polar bear, no, the snow bear disciple patch. And you had to basically ride 5 states in 30 degrees or what was it? Yeah, freezing it was 5 states of 30 degrees or less to get this patch. It was the Snow Bear Disciple Nomad Rider patch. And the whole time I was designing that patch, I was like, nobody is gonna want this dumb ass patch. And then the next patch I came up with was the 1,000 mile patch, and the 2,000 mile, and the 3,000 mile, and the 4,000 mile, and the 5,000 mile, and the 1,000 mile in a day patch. And these were the Nomad Rider patches. And I was just absolutely sure. I was positive nobody was going to wear these things. They were stupid, but they were like medals. If you got one of these things, and then if you did it twice, you'd get a star under it. And if you did it 3 times, you'd get 3 stars. And if you did it 5 times, you'd get a different color star. So, you're thinking, no one's gonna do this. And lo and behold, the minute I introduced those patches, all of a sudden, the entire attitude of the MC changed. Because them I love me patches, bro, you get off your motorcycle and walk in a bar, I'd be like, 1,000 miles in a day? Oh yes, that's club patch. They hand those out like candy when you've ridden 1,000 miles in a day, verified by the Nomad, or actually verified by the road captain that you have your Nomad patch. Yeah. And the effect was incredible. I started watching these guys ride and ride and ride because they wanted that acknowledgement. That acknowledgement was proof that they were real. That acknowledgement was proof that they were a real rider. It sat on the chest. It had to be verified. The road captain had to verify it. The president had to verify it. The sergeant at arms had to verify it. And it said right here on your chest who was a rider and who was not. I can remember one of our brothers, we went to church with his mother. Oh, man, she was so hardcore. So she's sitting there with all of us. We were all in church. We had our colors on and stuff. And she started looking at everybody's chest, and she looked over at her son's chest, and she said, why they got all these patches and you ain't got none? And man, oh my God, we were rolling. We were rolling on the floor as his mama eviscerated his butt. It's terrible when your mama's like, so everybody's got these patches and you ain't gotten what you're not doing the things you're supposed to do to get you some patches. Oh, it was a blast. It was so funny. And so we started seeing him out on more rides. The idea is that you have to motivate. You have to motivate people to move forward. And the XS650 said, I should have that cold patch. I've earned it. -20. And you know something that's kind of funny, because we would start awarding that patch just like Iron Butt would give it to whoever. We would award that patch to whoever rode with us on these rides. We would and then one day we were out and we were riding, and I got a call from a friend of mine named Jersey. And Jersey said, oh my God, Black Dragon, you guys have to be careful. I just had a dream about y'all. And I was like, whoa, wait, whoa, what kind of dream? Because, I believe in that kind of stuff. He says, well, you guys are all burned up in a fire. I said, we were burned up in a fire. And then he adequately described what we were all wearing. So he saw something. His ass saw something. And I was like, I had asked him, I said, what are we wearing? What were we wearing? And he told us what we were wearing. And my mother always told me you can change if a soothsayer or a prophet or a person who can see the future, if they ever tell you that they saw you in some kind of a wreck or carnage or whatever, sometimes you can change the outcome of what's going to happen simply by changing what you're wearing. So I made all the guys go in and change. We're going to change right now. So that's what we did. We changed it to different color clothing. And then while we were riding, we pulled over. I think that's when I asked us to change when we pulled over, something like that. Hard for me to remember the exact details. But when we pulled over, we saw a horn, a bull's horn, laying on the ground. And we all ran over to grab it, and we're wrestling over it and everything. And we got this horn. And I thought, the horn was really pretty cool. And so as we're riding back, we pulled into a hotel or something. I started looking up horns, the horn of Jericho and this, that, and the other. And it dawned on me that maybe that bull's horn was sent to us by the gods, by God himself, to let us know that any Black Sabbath traveling with a horn would be safe. And this is where the 1,000-mile bull's horn came from. We now, once you did your 1,000 miles, you got a bull's horn to sling across on a leather rope. So the 1,000-mile rider had a bull's horn as well. And, you might see pictures of us walking around looking like Davy Crockett with this bull's horn hanging off. And we called them Jersey bull horns because Jersey is the guy who, and it used to be that every bull's horn that we would get, we would take him over to Jersey for him to pray over him. And, crazy stuff, like football players wear crazy numbers. But the idea was that we were building. You rode with a group of guys, everybody got their patch, everybody got their bull's horn. And you got guys walking around the club with their bull's horn slung across them like a Davy Crockett powder thing, or maybe a drinking horn or whatever. And then, you could blow those bull's horns and they sounded like horns. So we'd roll across the desert blowing these bull's horns at 100 miles an hour. It was fun, but it increased the participation. And now we have prospects that have 1,000-mile bull's horns and 1,000-mile patches and 2,000-mile patches and 3,000-mile patches before they even cross over. They got to ride 1,000-mile state line to state line before they even cross over. We have women who have ridden and gotten these patches that are attached to the auxiliary section of our club. Women riding. Our women are called goddesses. They have the goddess patches. The goddess 1,000-mile patch and 2,000 and 3,000 with stars under them. Because we wanted more than just patch holders. We wanted people to take a vested interest in becoming the greatest thing that the MC has to offer. And to me, that's a rider. Now, not everybody is a long distance rider. We got some guys that race bikes. So you want to build a strong race team. You got other guys that do other things. But the important thing for a club to know is you can't let people sit on patches. You have to motivate, create, think outside the box, create opportunities to express this passion. Sometimes we will have what we call a blackout, a Black Sabbath blackout. We don't care who else comes. It's only us. We'll all ride to a city or a state or a town where one of our chapters is, and we will just descend upon it. And it'll just be everybody sitting around in big groups, loving on each other, laughing, slow racing motorcycles, riding around in circles, burnout, peel outs, like a horde. Food cooking on the spit, experiencing this family together as one. Bar Light Broker says my riding days are done now. There will be a day when your riding days are done. But your club days can last forever. Forever. A lot of my brothers now are getting to the point that they got to have three-wheelers and stuff. But it was never meant for you to ride forever. Never. It was never meant for you to ride forever. It's not meant for you to live forever. But you can experience that family for as long as you are here. A few ways to get rid of the patch holder. One, establish a minimal participation requirement. It could be something like you got to make one meeting a month and 2 mandatories a year. At least you've established a minimum level of participation. Some minimal levels of participation in clubs is terrible. Like it's crazy. Like, okay, we want you here 4 days a week, blah, blah, blah. If you're not, you're out. You got to remember when you have crazy participation requirements, you run a lot of people off. But some clubs are cool running lean. Some of the greatest clubs I've ever seen, 9, 10 people. Some of the worst clubs I've ever seen, 500 or 600 people in a chapter. And we have a lot of that here in Atlanta. Those clubs seem to run about 5 years, and then you watch them go from 600 people to 42 people, then down to 15. Other things you can do is remove people from office that become dead weights. Have a minimal, and a way to do that is there are so many motorcycle clubs that don't have job descriptions for officers. So if there's no job description, what do you do when a person ain't doing their job? What do you do? You if you don't have a job description, how can you tell somebody they ain't doing their job? But you can have a minimal requirement for participation for officers just by giving them a job description. So then when you say, hey, we got to get rid of you, you ain't doing your job. Well, what haven't I done? You haven't done anything on this list. It's that really kind of that simple. Let's see. My club brother here says, I will tell you all that has become a thing in Dragon in my club. It gets the friendly rivalry going. It gets out on the big roads from coast to coast. And he must be talking about our riding patches. I've watched these. I've watched these guys. Sometimes I'm scared because they took it further than I did. I had 1,000 mile in a day patch, and I thought that was cool. These cats did a 1,700 mile in a day patch. They were riding zombies, like half-ass asleep and everything. I was scared for, hey, don't get that patch, whatever you do. So I watch these guys now, and I'm just like, wow. I mean, they're kids. They're gonna make it X game. They're gonna take it to the whole next level. They got patches now. They came up with a gas and go patch where all they do is stop, get gas, and go. They don't even get off the motorcycle, and I don't know how many miles that damn thing is. But it's, all I can say is, wow, when you throw the ball, you don't know how far it's going to go. Especially when you have more people on the team, somebody catches it and throws it, and it keeps on going. Yeah, a 1,700 mile in 1 day patch. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And several of those bastards have it. I don't have that patch. But I'm sure I could get. Don't you dare act like I couldn't have that patch. Man, hell no. I ain't fixing. I'm old. I ain't doing that. But I applaud there's a whole bunch of brothers in my club that have that. I think more than 5 guys have that damn thing. So I've seen a lot of them walking around with it lately. And hey, proud of you. That's why we invented it. But we don't want anybody to get hurt. But Goose says he wants his bullhorn. A lot, some of the stuff is kind of older, and some of my guys might not know about the bull's horn. So I know I'm going to get a bunch of calls today. Like, we didn't know we could have a bull's horn. All you had to do is look at the old pictures and ask, what the hell are those? Yeah, Danny, the Toastmaster, said that would be a young man's patch, the 1,700. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I can't stay up that long like that. So I'm not that guy anymore. Somebody said a bull's horn is so cool. I wish I could find the picture of me wearing my bull's horn. But we've given them away to other clubs. I've got some videos of me giving. We had a guy come in from the Chosen Few Motorcycle Club. He rode from all the way across the country, and I got to present him one like back in 2009 or something. It was we've given a lot of guys from other clubs the bull's horns and the we call them Nomad Rider patches. Oh, look at that. You guys want to see the Snow Bear Disciple patch? I just found it. Okay, here we go. I hope you guys think this is kind of cool. I think it's cool. Okay, here's your Snow Bear Disciple patch right here. Share screen. Let's blow this up. Yeah. You guys like that? Is that cool? Now, the Snow Bear Disciple patch is another thing that came from the Navy. We have a patch called, not a patch. We have an award called the Blue Nose Award. And the Blue Nose is for going underneath the equator. Underneath. What am I talking about? The Blue Nose is for going around the Arctic Circle, going around the Arctic Circle. And it's a big ceremony that we do when you go up north past a certain latitude to basically the Arctic Circle. And for submarines, we go under the ice flow, under the glaciers, and we navigate, many hundreds of miles under the ice flow. For us, that's what we do. And then we have the Blue Nose ceremony where you get hazed and tortured, and then your nose gets painted blue, and then you become a blue nose. So that's where the Snow Bear Disciple patch came from. because I'm a blue nose in the Navy. So that's why it's blue. But these are also the Black Sabbath colors: black, white, yellow, and blue. But it had a lot to do with it. But that patch right there, if you see that patch, you know that a brother rode his butt through the cold. And normally we get that patch on our Snow Bear Disciple run, which is the run to the Mother chapter in the middle of February, the coldest month of the year. And we're down riding from basically Atlanta to San Diego in the tundra, in the coldest, and we're hugging the tin as tight as you can hug it, praying to God that it doesn't snow on the tin. And every now and then it does. And we catch that whiteout or terrible frozen rainstorm. And we do that. We've been doing that every year for a long time. So I was looking over here to see if I could find any of those patches, and there happens to be the very first one we ever made. So another thing you can do is you can ensure that if you take action against your patch holders, you can ensure that you will cut down on people who would use your brotherhood and not participate in it. It'll lean out your club in many cases, but what you'll have left is muscle, not fat. And it will show others that y'all ain't playing around. You got to do something to be here. You got to deserve to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that's my message for today. I lived 6 years above the Arctic Circle, rode my dirt bike all summer and winter in Inuvik, NWT. I don't know where NWT is. You gotta let me know that. Remember back in the days of Action Jackson's guy that would run states like Minnesota to Texas and back just to get a beer or a candy bar. They would run it straight to and straight back. I've known a lot of guys. There's a guy that I know that does that. He'll ride, 1,000 miles to have breakfast with you. He's got a breakfast club. They'll typically ride 700 miles, have breakfast, and then ride back. So it's crazy. But that's what I think. That's what I think about what this biker life should be for me. And this is me. It's about riding. It's about riding great distances with my bro sitting next to me. And I'm the happiest when that's going down. I don't know why. I just saw a man die on a motorcycle yesterday when I was cruising through the news, trying to find some news for you guys. And it's a video you can't show on Facebook and YouTube. And his whole hand had come off. And you could see the white gristle there. And that hand was laying back. And it was here in Atlanta. I read that he was a football coach. And he was hit by some lady, or he ran into her, and she was sitting there crying and stuff, and they were trying to console her. These people were standing around. I think he's dead. Only one person tried to do CPR on him. Somebody standing over him. Hey, just breathe, dude. Just stay. Like, oh my God, you didn't take a first aid kit class ever in your life? um, I'm I'm very much aware that I could die on that thing. Lost several brothers over the last couple of years on them things. Watched a brother that they was doing CPR on, and I just knew he wasn't going to make it, and he didn't. And I'm acutely aware that you can die on these things. I've even lost part of my right thumb. Part of my right thumb I lost to a motorcycle. So something that gives you such joy can be so tragic. And that's why I demand that my club brothers not be patch holders, because we're out here risking our lives to follow this passion. I'll be damned if you get to sit on a patch and not be out here doing the same damn thing. You know? What do you think motorcycle? What do the MCs think about three wheelers? I have 2 open heart surgeries now. It's kind of rough riding my 2 wheels. I'm thinking about going to a track. I think you should get off that damn 2-wheeler immediately. Because you're not strong enough to hold it up anymore. And if you should have a heart attack, it's going to fall on top of you. My motorcycle club doesn't mind if you have a 3-wheeler. And so there'll be a motorcycle club out there for you. A lot of clubs have a medical clause that if you can't medically ride a 2-wheeler, then you can now get your 3-wheeler. And some clubs just don't care at all. And there are some clubs that are all 3-wheelers. I saw a spider club. I was like, okay. All right. I mean, that's what y'all want to do. That's cool with me. I'm cool with you. I love you if you're on 2 or 3 or 4. If you're sitting on top of it, I love you. Yeah. If you're snowmobiling, I love you. You know, I'm not hating on nobody out here exposed to the elements. Because we all go through the same thing. But there will be a club for you. And people, and one thing the young guys don't know, and I didn't know, one thing the young guys don't know is they don't know that you can actually get old and you can't ride. You don't think about that in your 20s. You don't think about that in your 20s. But when you get into your mid to late 50s, you actually can see a time when you won't be riding or riding as hard. You got to, one thing you got to do is keep in shape. Fat old ass bikers, they run into issues. The father of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation is 74 years old, riding a Hayabusa. He keeps himself in shape. He can't be more than 150 pounds. My stairs went out on my RV as we were traveling last week. The stairs went out, the stair motor. So in order to get out of the RV, you gotta jump out. Well, the father jumps out like a young man, jumps out and then gets the step thing down and puts it down so I can get out. Son, I don't want your knees hurt. Well, you're jumping around on your elastic ass knees at 74 so that my knees don't get hurt. Well, I'm not carrying an extra person on my stomach like you are, says the father. I'm watching him run around the RV, crawl under it, pull. That when the roads are so raggedy going to New Orleans, my muffler came off the clamp and it's hanging towards the ground. So I'm thinking to myself, damn, I got to fix the muffler. So Sunday, right before we leave, I said, okay, Father, I got to go fix that muffler. And Father said, oh, it's done. I fixed it already. Huh? Completely fixed. You don't even have to fix it when you get back home. I've taken care of it. That should last from now on. It's all he's doing the whole time. You know why? He's kept himself in shape. He's in shape. He's got a mountain at his house. He lives at the top of a mountain in this just most beautiful house you've ever seen. All right. And it is, I mean, it's a palatial palace laid out on top of the mountain. He's the highest person up there. And then there's a little bit higher, there's, you know, at the very tippy top. And this is all his property. Every morning, he walks up this mountain and sits at the top and watches the sun come up. And then he walks back up there and watches the sun go down. I went up that mountain with him 2 times and almost died getting up it. And he's just marching up the damn mountain. Keeps himself in shape. Keeps himself in shape. That's the most important part about getting older as a biker. All right. I think that's enough about that. I thank you guys for hanging out with me for an hour. Black Dragon, have you ever ridden a snowmobile? A lot of fun, and those things are faster than you may think. I had a ball in Canada. Yeah, I got to ride a snowmobile several times. I used to go skiing when I was younger, and also dog sledding and that sort of thing. And I got to ride snowmobiles many times, and it's the funnest thing you could ever do on snow. It's much funner than skiing, I might add, which I was never any good at. I had the wedge. You know how you wedge ski? I was good at wedging. I never got to the point where both skis are pointed the same way and you're hell no. No, I never got there. But I can wedge. I can V my behind off. I got the V, bro. I got the V down. And damn, but the brother did the fix, even if he wasn't asked to, because that's what brothers do. That is what they do. And that's what fathers do. And that's why I will always love the father, because he always led by example. And I think leading by example is the most important thing anyone can ever do. He's still leading by example to this day. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. They're not giving notices out. I don't know why. Okay, so it's been an hour with you guys, and I just want to say thank you for stopping in and listening to me rant, an old man rant. It's nice to be heard as I tell stories about how I've lived this motorcycle club life and what I think might help you live a better motorcycle club life yourself. So I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And listen, the biggest thing about motorcycle clubbing is that this lifestyle can benefit you in many ways, mentally and spiritually, if you learn how to give more than you receive. If you stop saying I, me, and mine, and start saying we, ours. We MC. We MC is about all of us treating each other individually like precious pieces of invaluable gold, precious metal, something that you would put away and put in a safety deposit box and only pull out when you wanted to worship and adore and admire it, like a Fabergé egg. You want to take incredibly special care of the family you developed, because of a lot of us, the family we got will never quite measure up but you can go develop a family. So why treat that family like shit? Treat that family incredible. This is what emceeing is truly about. It is the social construct. It is the human factor surrounded by an insatiable passion for the love of riding, being around, smelling, thinking about, tasting, talking about, and hanging out on motorcycles. Every one of you out there is a motorcycle fiend. You're crazy about the smell, the fumes, the feel. You're riding in the rain and all you can do is smile. Everybody's looking at you like you lost your damn mind. You're riding in the snow, freezing, and all you have on your face is a smile. What the hell is wrong with you? You've been bitten, smitten by this love of motorcycles. And then you messed around and found other people that are just as crazy as your ass is. So why mistreat them? Why disappoint them? Why just be a patch holder? Be something great for the MC. Your brothers, your sisters, your chosen family. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We'd appreciate that. If you like the channel, or you feel someone needs to have this, share it with them. That helps the algorithm grow up and more people will see us. Black Dragon Biker TV can be found on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and on YouTube here, and as well as LinkedIn. Order my books, The Prospects Bible, Sergeant at Arms Bible, President's Bible, Public Relations Officer's Bible, and Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Clubs, all on Amazon Kindle, and your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. We also have the Prospects Bible now out on audio, so you can get it at audible.com. And if you use the link in the description below, I will actually make a little bit more money should you do that, and we would absolutely appreciate that. Join our podcast daily, The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos. You can find wherever you find your podcasts. We also have our own Discord, so join us on our Discord link and join the family. Come hang out with us on our Discord. You can get Black Dragon at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. There are 2 B's and Sabbath. Let's see. I guess that's everything I was going to tell you about. Oh yeah, we got our giveaway. Yes, our giveaway. We're giving away an audiobook tomorrow. For the first person to be able to tell me what was the name of our bull's horn and why was it given that name? What was the name of our 1,000-mile bull's horn? Why was that given that name? And what is the distinction of that 1,000-mile bull's horn? What does it represent to the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation? Give me that answer and win your book tomorrow. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for a wonderful, beautiful hour this morning. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. And don't forget to get the book. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Okay, here, let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. You know, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around and he's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm gonna do me some. You guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it, and it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and you know, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which helps keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us.
You are fake news.
Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust.
Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can trust.